Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Avax. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one so that you have more context. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. So Avax has been pumping as of late. As you can see, we printed the local bottom here October 22nd, and I did have this level as a support level here, so I did show you this. And from that point, right now, if you obviously bought in, you're up 29%, so almost 30% during a bear market. In my opinion, that's quite a trade. So you can also see that we set a very nice low here, and we didn't lose this low. The candles closed higher than these ones. So essentially what we have at our hands here is a very, very nice double bottom pattern. And the breakout target from that, let me just give you the potential target that we might have. So you take a trend line from the top of the neckline to the bottom here, of where the candles closed, obviously, and then you place it up top, and you're going to have a target all the way up here at $60. Obviously, we're going to be targeting that only after we start breaking above our August low or August high here, not the low, the high that we printed in August. That's how the pattern works. Until then, we have multiple resistance levels to break through. And as you can see, we broke above the previous support that we had here. So we had a nice retest in June multiple times, in July, another retest in September, another retest in October. Then we briefly lost it. And right now we're creating this nice V-shaped recovery here. As you can see, we had this move down, and now we're having a very nice recovery to the upside. So very quick V-shaped recovery, 30% plus already, but we are running into the golden ratio at $18.66, which is the golden ratio of the Fibonacci retracement that I have. So if I take the swing high that we printed in August, and I take the swing low that we printed at the end of June or in the middle of June, you get the golden ratio at $18.66. And this is exactly where we bounced off from. In September, we had that little move to the upside. We essentially created a lower high, and then we dumped all the way down to $14.50. From there, you're retracing back up. You're running into the golden ratio. And if you don't break that, that is a negative sign, and potentially you have a minimal target of $14.50. And if you lose that, you're going to have more targets to the downside. So essentially, if you don't break through the golden ratio right now, I would say that there is a good chance you might retest $16 at least. And with the potential capitulation that we have for Bitcoin, because there is always that potential, especially in a bear market, we could see Bitcoin drop to $14,000 to, let's say, $12,000. Now, if that happens, altcoins will get obliterated, and I mean that in the most literal way, because if Bitcoin went back to $12,000, Avax would probably have a 30-40% correction in a day, and let's just see what that would look like from this point here. So let me just bring my, there we go. So a 40% correction would take us all the way back down to $11. And you can see that I still have my buy zone from last summer from $10.66 all the way down to $9.40. And you can see that this actually held very nicely last summer. We had that nice bounce, and the rest is history. You obviously know how overextended Avax got. So lots of money was made there, and lots of money was lost there as well. But yeah, these are the levels that you should be eyeballing in case we see a capitulation. So all of these price tags have, or they're representing rather, a support level. So if you want to have this on your chart, just draw this out. You have the Fibonacci retracement with the targets or the extension levels to the downside. Obviously, if you start losing the first fib level, you're going to have a target all the way down to the 1.618, which is all the way here. Right? And that is sitting at $8.29. And that's below the buy zone that we retested back here during the last pullback we had in 2021. So yeah, anything can happen. You have to be ready for both outcomes at all times. That's the motto of this channel. That's what I try to teach here. Now, let's say we do break above the golden ratio. That would be a good sign. The next resistance we'd have in front of us would be the pink trend line. So you have a touch here. You have another touch of support here, another touch of support here. Then you lose it, retest it as resistance, and start coming down. And right now you may run into it as resistance once again. So I would say anywhere around $20 to $21. That could be our local high here, and we could come all the way down from there. So as you can see, you're still printing lower highs. So ideally, you want to break the August high here to be at least tiny bit bullish. If we don't see that, I would simply say that that's a lower high, and you're potentially going to print a lower low at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm not buying into Avax personally. I have other altcoins that I want to accumulate in this bear market. That doesn't mean Avax is a terrible project. That doesn't mean anything. This is just what I'm doing. You have to do what you want to do. I'm just being transparent with you. And let's jump into the daily RSI here real quick so we can see that we have bounced off of this yellow support trend line that I gave you multiple weeks ago. And from that trend line, as you can see, you have this break to the upside, because I always tell you, once you break through a multi-month diagonal resistance trend line, the move to the upside is typically very bullish. And you can see that you have retested this level multiple times in November last year, in April this year, little fake out here during the summer, another retest in September, and finally here in October, you have a break to the upside. So if you're looking for the nearest support level, I would look at the red trend line, and if we fail to hold that, I would be still targeting the yellow support trend line here for future entries. That's regarding the daily chart. So yeah, I can't tell you the future, guys. If that's what you're here for, then you're gonna find a new channel for that, because I'm here to give you all the possible outcomes, all the support levels down below, and all of the resistance levels down below. You never have to buy in all in at once, because if you buy all in at $13, let's say, and the price dumps to $8, you're not going to have any money left to dollar cost average into the project, right? So never buy all in. That's a very, very stupid mistake that I was doing that, to be honest with you, back in the day when I was starting up with crypto. But right now, obviously, I'm very mature. I wouldn't say very mature. I don't want to I don't want to blow my trumpet too much, but I have definitely learned from my mistakes, and I'm trying to help you guys avoid those mistakes if you're just starting. So never buy all in. Always try to have a couple of levels that you're eyeballing and set those buy limit orders in advance. Now, let's switch over to the Binance website. So moving to the weekly chart, you can see that I have a nice buy zone for you here, anywhere from $13.70 to $14.82. So we are printing this nice double bottom pattern here. You're bouncing off from this support level. Everything's looking good as of right now. And your next target is going to be the 20 EMA on the weekly chart, and that's sitting at $24. After that, you have the August local high at $28, and then you have the 55 EMA on the weekly, which is at $36.8. So there is a potential that, we may retest these prices sometime during January, maybe. But like I've been talking about on the channel for quite a while now, I expect Bitcoin to start printing higher highs and higher lows with spring 2023, because that's when the energy crisis is going to practically come to an end. And I do think that, we're going to see some nice price action towards the end of the next year, and we're going to kick off the bull market at the end of 2023 and at the beginning of 2024. So that's something to keep an eye on. Also, a level for you to keep an eye on is this swing high that we printed in May of 2021. That could be a very strong resistance level going forward at $40, and that's exactly where the 55 weekly EMA is. So I would be on the lookout for that level. to potentially swing trade if that's what you want to do. On the weekly RSI, you have two major resistance levels above you. One is at 41.3, the other one is at 47.08, and all of these levels are based off of the previous local lows that we have printed in June of 2021, in January of 2022, and in March of 2022. So all of these are, based off of actual lows and not pulled from my butt. You also have the MACD here printing a bullish cross in August, just like we did back here in 2021. But you can see that the overextension that we had last year is far greater than the one that we have here. And that's simply because we are not in a bull market right now. So there's less incentive to buy. People are actually leaving the markets rather than joining like they were back here. So this is expected. I've talked about this many times that I'm not expecting as much of a bullish move as we've had in 2021 and 2020 and even 2019, but still we may have some sort of a move to the upside, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. And let me tell you, 30% in the bear market, that's perfect. To some it may be, nothing, but people forget how volatile crypto is and that you can't make these gains with anything else. You can't make these gains with gold, with stocks, So yeah, just be thankful and be smart about it. The weekly stochastic is very, very oversold. And this is good because this shows us that we are potentially about to start a move to the upside, because not only have we printed the bullish cross here, and the last time we did that was back in June of 2022, and that happened before this little uptrend that we had into August. But this is also good because we are very, very oversold, and typically there is nowhere left to go but to the upside. So I think we may have some sort of a move oiling up, and potentially the end of 2023 and beginning of 2024, that's where we're going to start getting overextended, and that's when the bull market is going to be in full effect. So if I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comments section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, feel free to join me on Patreon, and also feel free to support Ukraine if you want to do so. There are 2 donation links down below in the description. You can donate through the official websites, and the money goes directly to the funds, so you don't have to worry about me stealing it or anything like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you and goodbye.